Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's been kicking it with us tonight as we progress through the night with our featured guests, our sister Shayna Latia, clairvoyant medium, and we've got our sister Real Talk with Monica up in this joint. We appreciate the sisters joining us here tonight live on the show. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. We got some special guests that joined us. They chilling in the room, so they know we talking about them. But they here. They can join us if they like. But I want to move towards a couple of questions. Jay, you know, when sometimes I see some make me cock my head to the side, roll up my eyebrow, and I ask that question. What the hell? We're gonna ask the question, what the hell, tonight. And you ready to ask it? It's really two things that have me asking that question. And then there's one other thing that's kind of really, really fun that I want to kind of play with. But the first thing I want to ask what the hell about is Caitlyn / Bruce Jenner. Now, normally I wouldn't take a whole lot of time talking about Caitlyn Jenner because we talked it to death when, you know, the whole transgender thing was coming up and all of that kind of stuff. But here's where I want to talk about it. The husband, I'm getting this from the New York Post, the husband of a 9/11 hero sends his wife's award back to Glamour magazine after they gave the award, the same award that they gave to his wife behind 9/11 to Caitlyn Jenner. This is a husband of a cop killed on 9/11. She got an award posthumously for Woman of the Year for Glamour. They gave that same honor last week to Caitlyn Jenner. James Smith told the New York Post that he yanked the award off the shelf in his Long Island home, dedicated to his wife Maura, and FedExed it back to the magazine. She died at the age of 38 after rushing into the South Tower. She was honored by the magazine about a month after her death. He said, this is the husband, "I was shocked and saddened to learn that Glamour has just named Bruce Jenner Woman of the Year." This is what he wrote. "Was there no woman in America or the rest of the world more deserving than this man? At a time we have women in the armed forces fighting and dying for our country, heroic doctors fighting deadly diseases, women police, firefighters putting their lives on the line for total strangers, brave women overcoming life-threatening diseases. The list of possibilities goes on. Is this the best that you can do?" Jenner was, among several others, feted at Carnegie Hall last week, including Oscar winner Reese Witherspoon, tennis star Billie Jean King, and former Spice Girl Victoria Beckham. A spokesperson for the magazine told the Post that it received Smith's letter and that it stands by its honors. Quote, "We were proud to honor his wife in 2001. We stand by our decision to honor Caitlyn Jenner," Glamour spokeswoman said on Saturday. Quote, "Glamour's Woman of the Year awards recognize a woman with a variety of backgrounds and experiences." Monica, I want you up on this one first.
I knew you was gonna pick me first. Yeah. You must know I watched the Kardashians and I watched Caitlyn.
It was more about your body language. Yeah. It was your body language. That's why you up first. So what you got? And Shane is going to follow you as the ladies in the room.
Well, for me as a woman, and I have the gay friends that. First of all, I think it was wrong for Glamour to do that. First, I'm accepting that anybody can be whoever they want them to be. But to me, you're a woman, you're a woman. You're a man, you're a man. And to me, that was wrong. If that's what Caitlyn wants to be called, but she's not a woman, okay? She's not. So that is wrong. I do watch the show. I think it's intriguing because I'm into the entertainment business. My friend laughing. My daddy, he's straight military, said, "Turn that mess off." He calls it other kinds of names because he's a strong heterosexual man. But you know that's right. He African American man. He said, "I don't want to see that wrist broke." But I think that that's wrong. That that Glamour should, they need to redo that magazine. Then I think if that's the case, then they need to have their own award for transgender.
Absolutely.
So that's my take on it.
What you think, Shana?
Well, for me, it was not really relevant to me, honestly. Like, I honestly don't think that she deserved that award. I want to know what she did to trump everybody else who was who was runner-up for that award. Mm-hmm. Like, how do they really feel as being a woman who can give birth to a child? Caitlyn, that's who you want to be, and that's great, but you will never be able to give birth. Mm-hmm. Okay? And, like, I really don't have any real feelings about this because I really think it's really stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. Like,
I think it's in the fad. They want to sell magazines. It's publicity. Because she just won an ESP award,
I just can't imagine how the women who she trumped to win this award may feel. Yeah. I would really feel insulted.
Yeah, that's what I was about
I
to
would
say.
really feel insulted.
Yeah. Because I was exactly what I was about to say. Like, y'all, women fought so hard for so much stuff. It's like y'all like the last of the dying breed, of getting things that y'all want. You know what I'm saying?
We always get what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go there. different conversation. But I think that giving a man, regardless of what he was born a man, he's a man, giving him that award, like you said, it's a slap to every woman in the world. Like, that was crazy. That was crazy. I think Glamour magazine need to pull that, put a woman there, and it's crazy.
Becca Marcus.
It's crazy. Like,
I got a question though. On the flip side of all of this, if this was a black transgender guy, do y'all think he would have won Woman of the Year?
If that was the case, they should have gave it to the dude on Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah, they should have given it to
Yeah.
I'm not one for worrying about being politically correct, so I'm not going to start now. This was the dumbest thing I think I ever said. Like, this is stupid. Like, seriously. Like, it was so transparent. Like,
why?
The chick used to be a dude.
He's not really. Because he still got it.
Wait, he has Olympic gold medal.
I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful here, so I guess I'll kind of tone it down a bit. But the truth of the matter is, I get that the world is moving towards tolerance with regards to sexuality. I can dig it, man. I can totally dig it. I ain't got no problem with, if you want to cut it off, you do you, man. Like, for real. Do you.
That's awesome.
You want to cut it off, I ain't cutting mine off. I like mine too, but I ain't cutting mine off. Yeah. But you want to do that, hey, cool. I got you. Let me chill. I'll be serious. I got you. But Woman of the Year. Woman of the Year. Craziness. Like the husband said, you couldn't find no other woman in the country or in the world who did really cool stuff. You've already set the precedent by showing that this heroic woman who ran into a burning, falling building on 9/11 was someone that you want to honor. You've already set that as your precedent. And so you're going to honor Bruce Jenner, now known as Caitlyn Jenner, because of the courage that it took. And it did take courage. You can judge them or him or her all you want on how you feel about the sexuality and transgender. You can judge them, and that's a discussion for another time. But it took courage. I can dig it. Yeah. But you ain't a chick.
Yeah.
You just ain't a chick, man. Man. Yeah, man.
You had to go through surgery to be a woman.
And like you said, Shana, you ain't popping no babies out. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't breastfeeding.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
like,
can't deliver a baby.
Yeah, man.
I think Glamour magazine should have just had like a trans.
If they wanted to do that,
they should have a transgender.
And nothing would have been said.
You could do that, but
you just can't.
But then you'll have people in that community that's gonna complain about that.
Why? It would have been the right category to put
You just
Caitlyn
can't take
in.
nothing from a women though.
Yeah,
like the women, like women of the year. Like really?
If he wants to be a woman, that's great. But as for getting an award, I don't know about any of the other women. How do they feel? Like seriously.
I don't know. I would be very, very, very curious to know what the other people who were up for the award, and I'm pausing because I'm looking for those names. Here we go. Reese Witherspoon, Billie Jean King, and Victoria Beckham. I think that while we all are entitled to our opinions, I would very much like to know how they feel. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. We are very, very, very happy and blessed to be joined in studio by someone that's just so awesome to me. I'm so glad to see her sitting across the table from me. She hasn't been on this show, but she's been on other shows on Legacy Internet Radio. It's the first time we're going to christen her on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. But it's our sister, singer, songwriter, producer extraordinaire. Miss Jody Smith is up in this joint.
House. What's going on, people?
What's
Thank
up,
you for
man?
having me.
Nah,
What's
man,
up?
It's good, man. And you know what? Since we got you here today, kind of in a quickie visit, I'm gonna make you promise on the air to come back next week and do a whole show.
I think I can do. I can do that for you. We fam.
Fist
we
bump.
fam.
My
We
sister.
can do that.
Oh,
Whatnot.
and
So you-
and
whatnot, and
you already know. No, you got to sing for the boy over here.
What you want to hear?
I don't care. I just want to hear you sing.
sing the French national anthem for us, right quick.
Yeah, we can wait on that. Crickets.
yeah. Just
Yeah,
kind
shout
of
out Paris, but
allude-
no, I don't know that song.
alluding to the discussion that we had earlier. And you're not alone. Also sitting in the room, of course. We got the first lady of Legacy Internet Radio sitting in the back. Comedian Lisa P is up in this
As she
joint.
goes, ow, 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 ow.
Yeah. She don't want no shine tonight, but she gonna get it from me anyway. So Jody, I know you listening to the discussion.
Yes.
Jump in here. What's your thoughts?
It's very interesting, It's just the discussion y'all were talking about. It just made me think of something that I read maybe like a couple years ago. Sadly, that transgender women are now allowed to be in Miss America contests.
What?
Did you know that?
No.
I just learned something new.
Yes, I remember reading that. That's old news. I remember reading that in the paper. Like that was on the small part of the national news. I remember reading that in the paper, like maybe a year or 2 years ago, maybe.
That's crazy.
No joke. Transgender women are allowed in the Miss America contests. Yes.
Wow.
Miss America, might I add? Miss, I said.
And I got corrected here on this because I had this discussion with someone with regards to the definition of a transgender, and my understanding is I'm gonna be crass, that's how I do. Some cut it off and some don't.
Okay.
Some cut it off and some don't.
Right.
And so for the
Wow.
ones who don't cut it off, what you doing up in the Miss America, yo? Like, for
Right,
real?
like really? Come on now, just.
I mean, I'm trying to be insensitive here.
I
and I'm
just feel
trying to
like
be
you in the house that you ain't supposed to be in. You know what I'm
you
saying?
trespassing.
I just found something.
You know.
In California, in 2013, Caitlyn Adriana Wenzel is the first transgender woman allowed to compete in Miss California pageant.
Told you. Ain't that
Insane.
crazy?
Wow.
Ain't that a shame?
Yeah, man.
Shout out whoever sung that Chubby Checkers Fast Domino, one of y'all brothers, one of y'all obese brothers. Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out to the fat dude.
Shout out to the fat dudes. Yeah.
Word. Ain't no ass that Mark. I don't want to talk about Caitlyn no more. Let's move on. Another thing that I saw last week that made me say, what the hell, was a play. An Ohio University had a production of Katori Hall's The Mountaintop. Getting this one from TheGuardian.com. And it's about Martin Luther King. It's like, cool. What's the big deal? Yeah, they got a white dude. They got a white dude play
As
Martin Luther King.
What?
Now they had 6 performances.
Come on.
They had 6. Yeah, that was my reaction. They had
Now it's got to be some sort of like comedic
Nah, that's the part about
thing
it that
to
is
this.
not.
They can't be serious, right? No?
Basically, what it was they had 6 performances, and basically the play is about right before he dies, because it's called Mountaintop, which was his final speech.
Okay.
In April of 1968 in Memphis. And they had 6 show performers. They had a black actor and a white actor because they felt that it was deeper than just casting, that it was their attempt to
See, you
bridge
know
the
what?
racial divide.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's some bullshit. They just trying to get back at black folk because they mad as hell about the whole Star Wars situation.
Girl,
they mad as hell about the Star
They
Wars
forgot.
situation. How you gonna make Martin Luther King Jr. a white man? Come on now.
Hey,
they mad.
Moses.
They
They
mad
Moses.
that Brandy played Cinderella. they
how about
mad
that?
about the Star Trek. You're trying to get back. Like, this is some bullshit.
They
now.
probably still mad about the Wiz.
They mad about the Wiz too.
Well, in Star Wars, they must have forgot about James Earl Jones because he was
Come
the
on now.
voice.
Of Darth
He
Vader,
was
right?
Darth Vader from the
He was
beginning.
the father.
That's crazy to me.
Yes.
What y'all think? You got a white dude. I mean, Jody.
That's
I know.
crazy.
Jody, I
I
agree
don't
with
know.
you.
I just think certain things, like, I think that right there, I feel like it's making a mockery of an icon. You know what I'm saying? Like, Martin Luther King Jr. stood for a lot. And peace and equality is a great thing, don't get me wrong. But come on now, he was not a white man. He loved white people and he wanted us to join together. But you know that's gonna piss some people off. Like, why even do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a casting director, I feel it's a free world. It is, but why do that? You know, Martin Luther King Jr. Why do that? You know.
Well, Jody, then we're going to think on the debate, James Bond coming up and Idris Elba playing that.
Yep.
So
Well,
the flip side is...
He's not playing it. They haven't signed no
Yeah,
papers.
Well,
they're not going to sign.
And Idris Elba has already come out
James
and said
Bond wasn't a real person. Like, that's a character.
he's already come out and say he has no interest in it.
Right.
You know,
But that's just like-
just imagine if he was to be a black man, you know, but...
yeah, I ain't gonna let you do that.
It's gonna piss some
I can't let you do that.
It's gonna anger some people. True.
I can't let you do that.
And you
no,
know
sir.
what?
I see you trying. No, sir.
But you know what? To be honest, I would say I love Idris Elba, but I would say, come on, bro, that don't even fit.
I mean,
Like,
I agree. I agree.
I would be like, I love, and that goes for the same
I mean,
thing.
even
Like, it
if
don't
we're gonna
even
talk
fit.
about
I think-
Bond,
He
if-
would.
But
He's
you-
always been a
I
white
think they-
dude. Like, don't even rock
I think
the
they
boat.
went off
You know what I'm
Eris
saying?
because he has that accent.
well, because he's British.
People just trying to
Because
press
he's
the
British.
boundary
I mean,
so
and-
much
I mean, but the
nowadays.
thing
They just
is-
want to see how far
I mean,
can we go.
the
Like,
thing
that's
is
the
with
time
Bond,
we in now.
The thing with Bond is these are the same people who went crazy when Daniel Craig became Bond because he got blonde hair.
Yeah.
And Bond is known as someone
Dark.
that has dark hair. So you ain't gonna see Idris Elba's
Right.
black ass as no James Bond. That ain't going down. No matter how fine the sisters
would be
think
great,
he is, no matter how great of an act, he better stick to Luther.
Great idea. I love Idris.
He better stick to Luther. But I mean, just to kind of to put
think
it to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just think it's just some things you just don't touch. You
and I'm with you.
That's
I'm
just
with
one
you,
of the
like,
things you don't touch.
don't rock
Because
the
if
boat.
it was vice versa,
It ain't broke.
Denzel playing John Pope, the Pope.
I mean, but
It would've been an issue,
we can
you
play
know,
we can play that game because
Yeah.
I mean, if you read the Bible, the Bible is basically about Africa. Because that's
Pretty
where
much.
most of them places was
Right.
in Africa,
Yep.
but they will tout Caesar Borgia's white ass in front of you so quick, and you got black folk that'll argue with you and tell you that Jesus looked like Caesar Borgia. Jesus looked more like me than he looked like Caesar Borgia. He
Hair
looked more
like
he,
wool.
yeah, he looked more like Saddam Hussein. And I know that pissed him off. That's why I said it.
Baby, the Bible. He
That's
said,
why I said
Lord.
it. Because if for real, if you really want to go off with the Bible say, he looked more like Saddam Hussein than he do.
hair like wool
Jim
gave it away,
Caviezel.
baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what is the other one? Noah that just came out.
Yeah.
Was played by Russell
Russell
Crowe, and then you had Moses was played by a Welsh dude that played Batman. What's the dude's name that played Batman? Oh God, Bale, Christian Bale.
Bale.
You know
I
what I mean?
forgot about that.
Cleopatra is Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Taylor,
Then you had
yeah.
the white dude that played Charlie Chaplin. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But like I was saying 2 seconds ago, it was I feel like we in the time now where everybody just want to press the boundary so much. Like everything's just being. Oh, I'm sorry. I hate to change the subject. I'm ADD. I diagnosed myself, but can I bring up one? No, I ain't gonna do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
We having a good discussion.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say. I gotta say it now. What's the name of the organization? Is it LBGT?
Yeah.
LBGT.
Yeah.
I heard something on like a biblical station I listen to sometimes. A couple weeks ago, they're trying to pass a law, I guess you would call it a law, that pregnant women will no longer be called pregnant women because it insults the female transgender community. They're trying to pass something that they will now be called birthing individuals instead of pregnant women because it insults the female transgender community. Real shit. Look it up. The LBGT is trying to pass that. Like that's real talk.
Birthing individuals.
Birthing individuals
birth twice with no medicine.
They want you to. You cannot be called a pregnant woman because they trying to pass that. You know, they trying to pass that you will be called.
But you know what? We also live in a world.
That's what things are coming to now. It's only gonna get worse.
We also live in a world where we can see breast all over television, but if you happen to be sitting in a mall next to a woman breastfeeding,
absolutely.
What? And that's come on.
That's what they're for, to feed the baby.
And that's not all they for. But I got you. I got you.
I just think the world just got too sensitive, man. Like the world, everything is touchy in the world now. Like you can't say nothing. You can't have your own opinion. And it's everything's just too sensitive for me.
I could dig that, but at the end of the day, I think those folks who feel strongly about things need to stand firm on how they believe, even if you disagree with them. Right. You know what I mean? So if you're somebody who feels strongly about your Aryan nation and your Confederate flag, then hold it down.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not even going to trip off of that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have my opinion about your opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I would also defend your right to have that opinion, no matter how jacked up it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. Ain't no how Steppin with Marcus J. Our sister SY is listening to us. She wants to say shout out to everybody in the crew, as well as you.
What up,
Hakeem? She's saying what's up to you, Hakeem. Hopefully you listening. She giving some love to y'all. Ain't no how Steppin with Marcus J. All right, last thing that I want to get to before we take our final break of the night, and this one's more about fun. I had this photograph that I saw. Actually, you know what? I might want to do two things if y'all would bear with me. So, before I do the photograph, all right, I'm not going to do the photograph yet. You're listening to live production, live on the show right now. I just changed gears on the show right now. I had a question that someone I saw posted on Facebook. And so I'm going to ask the question, and then I'm going to do the picture. I'm going to ask the question, then I'm going to do the picture. Here's the question. I want everybody's answer on this one. A couple decide, just roll with it. Just roll with it, because it's going to be something in here that's going to make you go, what the hell? That's what the segment's called. A couple decided to commit suicide after going through a really hard time, so they decided to jump off a building. When they got to the top, they both counted to 3. The woman jumped, but the man stayed. He watched her fall for 8 seconds and saw her pull out a parachute. Who betrayed who? I saw that on Facebook, and just, interest of full disclosure, this is a handwritten note. I saw, it's just something that popped up on my.
They both fugazi as a bitch. I'm sorry, they both seriously fake. Yeah, they both wrong.
So they both wrong. So Jody says
I could easily play the psychology card and say, well, the guy technically could have jumped later. No, real talk. If he was a ride or die, he would have held her hand and they would have jumped together.
There was no love.
No love. Shana, what you think?
There was no love. No one loved. Nobody was in love.
It's no Romeo and Juliet.
It wasn't real.
Yeah, she won't gonna save him. You know.
What you think, Monica?
I'll never let go.
I think they both betrayed each other. In a sense, they both got scared of death.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous, but I think I think they both kind of sold each other out because, we don't have to really get too deep into it. I just thought that was cool to ask, especially with us being in mixed company. We got a couple ladies, a couple of fellas. Right. Like, yo, this dude was like, I ain't jumping. But then she was like, His ass gonna hit the ground. I ain't dying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Look, then she gonna get the money.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
So Jody,
Like
you
I
said
said,
the word. This is the first
women-
time I think I ever heard that word on this show. Fugazi.
Fugazi.
They fugazi as hell.
Yes, bruh.
Ain't no how Steppin Marcus. All right, here's the last question I'm gonna ask for tonight. I'm gonna show you guys a photograph. Before you answer, I'm gonna set it up.
Oh, I already know.
I'm gonna set it up before you answer because there's a picture there, but I'm gonna set it up. We know that the world, with regards to our kids, our children, rather, I don't like kids, our children, is jacked up. It's just jacked up. You got a lot of children being raised by children. You got a lot of children who wild out. You got a lot of children who have no respect for elders. And you have a lot of children that don't have serious male influences around them that will bust their ass. Like to keep it simple, that will bust that ass. Like seriously. I had that. Pops J didn't play. Like he was, he was a dude. Matter of fact, I won't even get into that. I'll get into that when I say my piece on the question. So here's the question. Which father would best handle the children of this generation? And there are 4 photos of black fathers from our youth on television. You've got Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, played by Bill Cosby on The Cosby Show. Don't get caught up in the Bill Cosby thing, y'all. Come on now. Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable is who we talking about. We ain't talking about Bill Cosby. We talking about Uncle Phil, played by James Avery on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We talking about Carl Winslow, played by Reginald Vell Johnson on Family Matters. And we've got James Evans, played by James Amos on Good Times. So you got 4 choices. We'll go around the room. We got a lot. When I put this out in social media, I got this more than anything, because when I put serious stuff out, don't nobody give a shit. But when I put in something like this, it'll blow up. My feelings about that, but I digress. So you up first, bruh. Which one of them dudes, man?
Oh man, that's a tough choice, but I think
You got to give me a why too, not just the answer, but you got to give me a why.
I think I'll go with James.
That's who I'm going with.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, he's that. I come in the house, bam, everybody's at attention, like the sergeant, he gets them straight. It ain't no plan when it come to James, and he set the bar. Like he struggled, man. Like he struggled, but he never let it get him down. Like one episode I was watching, man, and he was like, I got a job, 4 1/4. If I work hard in 6 months, I go up to 6 1/4. Really?
Yeah.
Really? You know what I'm saying? So he set the bar like no job was too small, and the kids respected him. They know not to play. And he'll give them that look, or he just touch his belt. They shape up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely would go with James.
I can dig it, Shannon. You were agreeing with James Evans. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I was going to say James also. He was a dad. He had that dad presence. You come into a room and it was it. And the kids these days, they need a dad like that right now.
Yeah. I think you hit on something when you said a dad presence.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like a dad presence is to me, that's powerful. Even more so than you may even realize it, how you said that, because like you said, when he walk into a room, everybody who is a youth can feel that dad energy. I remember an episode. I guess I'll tip my hand. I'll have Monica and Jody follow me on this one, but obviously I'm going with James Evans. As well. I remember an episode where Michael used to get jacked by the little homie for his lunch money, and James had him come into the home, and when the little boy acted up, James treated him like he would treat Michael or JJ. He bust that ass. You know what I mean? But he did it with love. He had a discussion with him. You know what I mean? I'm not just beating on you to beat on you. You acted a damn fool. You earned this tail whooping.
Right.
And I think that's important, especially when you use the phrase dad presence. That was very, very powerful when you said that. Monica, who you got?
Well, I go with James because I grew up that type of lifestyle with that family structure.
Right.
For a while, my mother stayed at home. She was like Florida, and my dad was the provider. So the food was on the table, and he was the man that brought home the bacon. So you had to do what you had to do, and if you step out of line, man, you gonna get that tail.
Yeah.
And I remember, I never forgot it. I was dating a guy, and it was like after 9 o'clock. And my dad got on the phone, man. I was so damn embarrassed. And my dad, he was like James Evans on that damn phone. He said, "Who is this? You know you talking to my daughter." And my dad found out he was like a drill sergeant. He was in the military. He said, "How old are you? You what? You ain't talking to my damn daughter," and hung up the damn phone, man. He won't play that.
I can dig it, man.
And that's how he was. And you need that type of family structure. He was hard on me, but it paid off.
I can dig it. You know, #Steppin Marcus J. Jody, who you rolling with?
Well, I don't know. I was struggling between James Evans and Uncle Phil.
Okay.
Between the two, I say James because yes, he got that demanding presence. You gonna respect him, but I done seen some episodes where he be down and out as hell because the man is beating him.
Yeah.
And kids see that too. I love James.
Right.
He give you ass whipping if you deserve it, or if you earn it, or if you need it.
Right.
I say Uncle Phil because Uncle Phil, he's a positive role model. He's got that good judge job. He's got the house, a good example, leading example. And Uncle Phil don't play either.
Right.
You know, he'll take away those car keys or whatever need to be taken away. You get on punishment, or you get embarrassed, or you know.
He came from a farm too.
Yeah,
A pig farm, I
you know,
believe.
and he earned his way.
Yeah.
He know how to act.
He grew up poor.
You know, he know how to act in the board meeting, in the judge ruling court. So I was struggling between the two, honestly. James Evans, yeah, he will get that belt out quicker. So I was struggling between the two because the kids need the ass whipping
Yes, they
just
do.
as much as they always needed
That
it.
presence
They
that everybody was talking about, that father presence.
yeah.
Yeah, I can dig it. Ain't no #Steppin
The
Marcus J.
discipline, that's why I was between the two. James Evans will lay that discipline more, honestly. They both,
Physically.
you know, kids need it more because they lacking it now.
Yeah, you know my
So.
favorite James Evans quote. I'm not going to bust him with the jawbone of an ass, but I'm going to bust that ass's jawbone. Yeah, I remember that from that episode when JJ got shot by what's his name? Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
Yeah.
He had them.
Yeah,
What is it? Pretzels
with the
in his
pretzels.
pocket?
Yeah, he kept busting them joints. Yeah, that joint was great. You know, #Steppin Marcus J. All right, we getting a couple of hits of social media. SY is still with us. She said that it's 2 comments from her. She said that he betrayed her. She had a parachute in case he didn't jump. Okay, I think that's outrageous that you think that, but that's cool. That's what you think. She also says James Evans. And so she is agreeing with the group on that one. I got a lot of love in social media, so I'm going to read some of this on this question. First of all, I think this is ironic, completely ironic, because my own father commented on this one. And it's a dude who don't comment on nothing on Facebook. Like, he's real big on sharing. He'll share my stuff. He makes sure that folks, you know, that he kick it with know, you know, what's going on.
Right.
But he don't comment much on stuff, right? So the dude that I grew up with emulating and seeing James Evans in said James Evans.
Wow.
So that kind of bugs me out a little bit. Like, word, yeah, you say James Evans
He
pop
see
because your
himself.
ass is James Evans.
Yeah.
How about
He see
that?
himself.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna talk about you when I see you. I'm gonna talk about you now, live on the air. Kim is listening. Kim says James. Andrea says James. Another sister named Andrea says Heathcliff Huxtable. He taught his kids and he listened to them to find out where their heads was at, and when he needed to chastise them, he did what he had to do. Maya says James. Tony says James. Alicia says Carl and James. Mary Jo says Dr. Huxtable. Jessica says James. Melissa says any one of them because they were involved. Dating Pool Diva says James. And author Anika Walston says James. So I think James wins by default. What you think?
I would not go with Carl Winslow
At all.
or what was the other one?
Heathcliff Huxtable.
Dr.
Heathcliff Huxtable,
At
because
all.
while they were good fathers with the advice, they leave the kids to their own resources too much.
Yeah.
They give them the good advice and the things they need to know, but say, son, you know, you are good, and you got to learn on your own. And you turn them, and they usually make the good decision on TV. But no, nowadays, you
TV.
know, I'm gonna need
Except
you to
for
lock that
Denise.
window.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need you to not be if you're gonna go out, you're gonna sneak out. It's
Right.
not because I'm gonna let you out and you gonna see what you're gonna do.
Right.
You know what's funny? I mean, I never once in my life sat through an entire episode of Family Matters. Like, I have no idea who.
What? I love
I
Family
never watched
Matters.
it.
Family Matters is the show, though.
It's
Earl,
good.
come
I
on.
love
I never
Family
watched it. I
Matters.
don't
How
need- I
can
don't-
Myra, come on now.
I mean,
that was-
Laura.
I wasn't.
Rest
in,
in peace, Myra.
I guess I wasn't in the crib on Friday nights when it came on. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Myra died years ago.
Yeah,
Y'all
she
didn't
had
know that?
cancer.
Cancer.
I know it was some sort of illness.
She
had
was
cancer.
only like 29
Like a
years
stomach
old.
cancer or
She had like
something?
Oh,
I heard one thing and I heard another, but I know she was sick.
Yeah, she was on Young and the Restless at the
cancer,
time,
yeah.
and they had to recast it, and
Yeah.
she ended up dying. I actually, you know what? Everybody's answers are great. Everybody has their opinions on it. You know, obviously, I said James, but I didn't even think about it until Melissa said it. But she said any one of them because they were all involved, and I think that might be the answer of
That's a good answer.
you know, of the segment, because you know, the truth of the matter is that's really what a lot of these young cats need. They need a dude. You know,
Right.
you know, the ladies, single moms, you know, grandmoms, big mom, all of y'all are great. You know, you guys have done a noble job to try to raise your families in situations where there is no man around. But the truth of the matter is there needs to be a man around. And, you know, if it's a man who wants to be there and it's a man who's doing what he needs to do for his family, if a man who is showing, you know, the effort and taking care, I think I would take him. So I think I would like to amend my answer and agree with Melissa. I'll be a follower on this one and say Dr. Cliff and Uncle Phil and Carl and James all deserve to have a little bit of kudos here. So, Melissa, you changed the course of the segment, and everybody's nodding. I think we all might be in a bit of agreement with you. Ain't no how stepping.
Oh, want to beat everybody with the best answer here.
Teacher's pet, right? Teacher's
Right.
pet. Teacher's pet. she ain't fancy, Miss Melissa, out there in social media. Ain't no how stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take our final break of the night. And we come back, we're going to rant, and we're going to close. I'm young, gifted, and black, and I'm proud. We'll be back in a few minutes, y'all.
Boom.
Holistic care for the mind, body,